Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1 of my new series on the channel. Alright, this series is not a solely negative series or a solely positive series. It's just a general series that really depends on what I'm talking about. Alright, in some episodes I may be talking about things which are generally positive with my sentiments, and as a result it'll be a positive video. And then you'll get videos like this one. Alright, this one is about Monday Night Raw. My favourite show, your favourite show, no one's favourite show, okay? Monday Night Raw, why care? Alright, that's the series, why care? I'm going to go through why you should, or in this case, shouldn't care about Raw. So, for starters, I want to start with the main event of the show, okay? I'm going to use the November 15th, 2021 episode as, I guess, the case study, and then just build off that. Alright, this isn't a November 25th, 2021 Raw review per se, but it's using the November 25th episode as like the main example, which I guess all the problems stem from. Alright, so that's the general show we're going to be talking about. Let's just get into this. The main event of the show, Lashley, Rey Mysterio. I don't have any complaints about who's involved. Alright, personnel-wise, big tick WWE. You've got Bob Lashley, the Almighty. Granted, the stuff with Big E about 2 months ago, not the greatest, but the almighty Bobby Lashley against a legend, an all-time great in Rey Mysterio, right? Good main event pairing, but the issue is, why care? Why are they fighting? Where's the heat? What's the reason I should be invested? And the reasoning they used was about the Survivor Series team, alright? WWE have a Survivor Series pay-per-view this Sunday. Not that most people would know it because the build's been that bad, but there's a Survivor Series show this Sunday. So WWE, they're going through this, I guess, Survivor Series build, if you call it that. WWE chose this year to build Survivor Series by announcing the Survivor Series teams via Twitter randomly in an afternoon in like the middle of the week. They're like, okay, here's the Raw team, here's the SmackDown team, and here's the Raw team and the SmackDown team of the other gender. Bang. You should care about Survivor Series, pal. Survivor Series is in 2 weeks. You're gonna watch anyway. Care. Like what was that? And as a result of that, we now get Survivor Series and the go-home show with Raw. Lashley and Mysterio, they're literally just having a random match. And then after Rey Mysterio botches a couple times, Bobby Lashley ends up beating him. Lashley, after the match, beats up Rey. And then Adam Pearce comes out and goes, Rey, for your own health, Rey, you can't compete at Survivor Series. Oh, Austin Theory just beat you up. Austin Theory, for the welfare of Monday Night Raw, you're in the match. Boo! Boo! You suck, Pierce! Rey Mysterio. Really? That's how you close Raw? That is the culmination of a 3-hour show. The culmination of a 3-hour show is Austin Theory, i.e. Tyler Breeze, but he actually goes to the gym. That guy taking selfies over Rey Mysterio. How am I supposed to show that to friends of mine and go, this is the show I choose to spend 3 hours of my day watching? I'm a grown-ass man now. I choose to watch this. I choose to watch Austin Theory closing the show, punching Rey Mysterio, and standing there, literally like this. What? Bro, just ridiculous. And like, it's emblematic of the whole show. Like that's the main event thing. Alright, whatever. One bad, I guess, illogical part of the show. Elitist, you're nitpicking. Jimmy, move on. Sure, I will. Then you move on to, I guess, just the whole women's side of the show. Alright, I sat through 3 different women's matches. Rhea Ripley and Carmella, I believe. I sat through Zelina Vega and... Oh, I've totally forgotten here. Zelina Vega and whoever she wrestled, I don't even care enough to know. And then I sat through, the Becky Lynch segment as well. Like, I'm sitting through all this, women's content. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, why should I care? I'm asking the question that's the main theme of this video and this series. Why care? What's there for me to care about? Now, if you listen to wrestling Twitter, you'd think Liv Morgan was the next, I would say, the next Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That analogy makes really no sense. You think that Liv Morgan was the next, I guess, big female star, we'll say. And I'm watching the segment with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is just trash talking Charlotte Flair. Becky's like, Charlotte, I'm sick of living in your quote-unquote shadow. Even though I'm better than you, we're going to have a good match at Survivor Series for not really brand supremacy, just for, I guess, personal differences. And I get around it. It's something of a story. As far as women's wrestling nowadays, it's probably the best we're going to get. As far as this Becky and Charlotte story, I don't really see them story-wise doing much better than what they're doing with Becky and Charlotte now. So cool, whatever. Ignoring the fact that Charlotte Flair is stale beyond belief and will be in AEW in a year from now, and Becky Lynch, hardly anyone genuinely cares about her. Outside of that, it's a decent story, I guess. It's something. It's not just they're going to have a good match role, but at the same time, Liv Morgan comes out, they do a little promo back and forth. Liv Morgan, no one really cares. I deserve an opportunity. Hey, Twitter, get around me. Like, is what it is. Is what it is. So that whole portion of the show, outside of Becky and Charlotte and the heat there, which a lot of people don't even care about, there was just no substance. There's no reason. There's no life. There's nothing vibrant. There's nothing fresh. There's nothing exciting about that whole portion of the show. And that took up about an hour of the show. So you've got that, and then you've got a bunch of random tag matches as well, which tag matches have always been a part of wrestling, alright? AEW did a heap of them in 2020. Wrestling companies have been doing tag team matches for years. Teddy Long made a career off tag matches. But I'm watching these random tag matches. I'm watching the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy. And granted, I like most of the people in that match. I'm a big fan of Montez Ford. I'm a big fan of Otis. I like Dawkins. Gable's meh. Like, I think generally the people involved are fine, but it's just kind of there. So I guess my why care for that segment is I say you should care about Montez Ford. I'd say you should care about the Street Profits, but mainly Montez. Montez is sick, alright? So some of the stuff he doesn't just do gymnastics and acrobatics for the sake of it. He does it and then adds on some charisma, some entertainment value, has always the facial expressions, the charisma, the life. Alright, when Montez Ford is on screen, you're not just staring at your phone, not caring and waiting for him to get off the TV, So Montez Ford, props to you, I'm a big fan. And then outside of that, I mean, the rest of this show, I guess we have to address the champion. Alright, the man that's in the thumbnail, Big E. Alright, Big E. Let's take a breather. Let's get ready for this. Big E. I look at Big E and I still don't view this guy as a top guy. Okay, I find it hard to watch Raw with Big E cutting an opening promo and then Kevin Owens coming out and saying, I'm the bad guy because I lost 3 straight matches and then snapped. I'm painted as the bad guy back there in that locker room because I snapped, Big E. Okay, Big E, I'm done. I'm not giving the opportunity. And then Owens just leaves. Alright, so that's your opening segment. It's Big E in the ring saying, Roman, at Survivor Series, we're contracted to have a match. Alright, we're going to have a good match for these fans. Alright, even though I'm not on the same tier as Roman Reigns, we're going to have a match because... literally, because. So, that's happening. Usos beat him up. Then we have Big E in a tag team match and they're facing the Usos. Then it becomes Seth Rollins and the Usos against Rated RK Bro and Big E. Okay, sure. So there was that, and then there's a segment that Veer, or is it Shanky? I don't know which one, but one of them is coming to Raw. In other words, they'll have 3 weeks of squash wins, and then they'll be off the show within about a month, probably, from being released. And this is the other thing with Raw. Alright, this is the big thing with Monday Night Raw that makes me say, why care? If I know, as a viewer, that WWE behind the scenes are cutting talent like it's going out of fashion, if I know WWE doing that, why am I going to be invested in a wrestler when I see them on WWE TV? What's going to make me care about them? Okay, these wrestlers, if I am to care about the show, if I am to care about WWE Raw, I need to know that when a wrestler beats a wrestler, or when a wrestler has a storyline, it's going to lead to something. Alright? Do I feel that with Raw? No, not at all. Because earlier this year, Braun Strowman was in the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania Backlash there, John. And then within 2 weeks, yes, within 2 weeks, he was released. Alright, so you look at that Braun Strowman example, and you think, well, what's the point? And that's not just one example. Karrion Kross. Alright, Kross just picked up a win on Raw, and then he was released literally that week. Keith the Bearcat Lee, pal. Keith Lee picked up a win, and he was released within days as well. There's no real reason to care, in the sense that you're just watching a show, but it's not really going to lead to anything. I think that's a big issue with WWE generally. SmackDown not as much, which we'll talk about in another video, but Raw is really bad with this. Alright, Monday Night Raw, nothing really matters. It's just 3 hours of content. They get the 3 hours of content done, boom, whoops, see ya. Now we're going to move on to the next week. We've got our ad revenue. Nick Khan's he's just reigning in the dough. Where is it? Hold up one sec. Nick Khan. This is Nick Khan, yeah. Nick Khan's just doing this backstage in the locker room. That's Nick Khan. Okay, that's WWE, that's Nick Khan. Meanwhile, us as viewers, we're sat here like, oh, okay, nice. So that's that, and then, yeah, I guess that's everything I had to cover. There's no real direction, no real reason to care about what's happening on the show. Alright, the storylines that do have some heat involve people who we don't care about because you've just burnt us out from them. You've got matches that just seriously do not matter or have any direction, featuring people you haven't built up, have any storyline, and just generally the show's 3 hours, so why am I going to watch it? Alright, I could watch the 2 hour and 40 minute movies in Lord of the Rings and still be done with one of them before I'm done with an episode of Raw. Alright, like that's still ridiculous to me, so I guess that being said, that's going to be the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, sure, like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. See ya.